know this, but our friend Big Perk, he played for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And
you know what? I'm just going to tell you to be ready.
Presenting, and then secondly, get into work as soon as I can.
What is it like to balance an intense schedule while playing in the NBA? Chet Holmgren was having breakfast and watching video games when his coach, Mark Daigneault, walked in with a question. It was January 18th, and the Oklahoma City Thunders had been on the grueling run since Christmas. They had played 4 sets of back-to-back games and never got more than a single day off between matches. What was on Coach Daigneault's mind, and how did Chet handle the relentless pace? Holmgren missed his rookie year because of a foot injury. Now he had started every game for the Thunder, who were doing really well. He had no plans to stop, so when Coach Daigneault asked if he wanted to take a night off, Holmgren quickly said no. That night against the Jazz, Holmgren scored 15 points, grabbed 5 rebounds, made 5 assists and blocked 4 shots in 32 minutes, helping his team win a close game. 2 nights later, he scored another 15 points in 33 minutes, leading to another win on the final game of their long road trip against Minnesota. He kept playing hard like the tallest, thinnest energy bunny. Holmgren started every game, played over 30 minutes each night and averaged 16.9 points, 8 rebounds, 2.6 assists and 2.4 blocks, and he hasn't missed a game since. For Holmgren, starting every game isn't just about trying to win Rookie of the Year against Victor Wembanyama. It's not just about keeping the Thunder in first place in the Western Conference either. When he pushes through injuries like a black eye or a thigh bruise, he's showing something more personal. Holmgren explained if there's a game where it's not smart for his health to play, then yes, he'll choose his health over ego. But if he can play, he's definitely going to be out there. For 4 years, the Thunders didn't do well in the playoffs. They were just okay for 3 years of that. But now they're doing really well and tied with the champions in the West. It seems like they'll keep being good after this year. Some people think they could be as good as the old Big Three, Westbrook, Harden and Durant, or even better by winning a championship. Holmgren playing well this season isn't the only reason the Thunders went from a not-so-good team to a real contender for the finals. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is playing so well he might win an MVP. Jalen Williams has gone from being a rookie to almost an all-star player. And Carson Wallace, a new player from last year, has been doing really well coming off the bench for 20 minutes every game. But the biggest change came from Holmgren. Even though Holmgren's stats aren't as good as Victor Wembanyama's, his teammates think he should win Rookie of the Year because of how much he's helped the team. Williams says, "Look at what he's done this year. The team was just okay last year, but now they're winning a lot more with him. That's a strong reason for him to win." At first glance, it looked like Chet Holmgren fits perfectly into the Thunder team. But it wasn't easy getting there. Rookies often say the biggest challenge from college to the pros is the speed of the game. Holmgren had to adjust quickly after being injured. Even though he won Rookie of the Month in November and December, he said he was still getting used to making fast decisions in the NBA. Early on, he sometimes hesitated to shoot 3-pointers because he didn't want to seem selfish. But he learned that sometimes not shooting was actually selfish because the team worked so hard to set up good shots. He said, "You don't think about these things when you're not playing. You have to be in the game to mess up and learn from it. Then you can figure out what to do right." Holmgren's most talked about performances were against Spurs. This rivalry between him and another player has the potential to be a big deal in the NBA for the next 10 years. But it didn't start this year. Holmgren and Wembanyama met for the first time at the FIBA U19 World Championships in 2021. Wembanyama scored the most points in the game, but Holmgren's team won the gold medal. In 3 games between the Thunder and the Spurs this season, Wembanyama has better stats than Holmgren. But the Thunder won 2 out of those 3 games. Holmgren mentioned that playing against Wembanyama makes him more competitive, but not because of any media talk about their rivalry. He said, "When you play against good players, it pushes you to do your best." That's just how the NBA works. Whether it's Victor, Jokic or Davis, it naturally makes you want to step up. Holmgren didn't want to talk much about the Rookie of the Year competition, but the media asked if he thought he should win. He didn't want to answer, saying it was a tricky question. Individual awards are great, but you shouldn't let them distract you from what's important as a team. When you focus too much on personal success, it can hurt the team and even your chances of winning the award. Well, that's what he thinks, folks. Daigneault, who doesn't pay much attention to talk about a rivalry between Holmgren and Wembanyama, didn't compare the 2 players directly, but he believes that the Thunder's performance this season should be considered in the Rookie of the Year competition. Team success matters for most awards like All-Star, All-NBA and MVP, he said. Usually the Defensive Player of the Year is from a strong defensive team, but Rookie of the Year is different because usually the best rookies go to teams that haven't done well in the past. It's unusual for a rookie to have such a big impact on a successful team. Should that count? It does for other awards. Right now, Holmgren just wants to help the Thunder be the top team in the West and play in every game left. He said, "If you've played all 82 games, you know how tough it is. If you haven't, you might not get it, but you talk like you do." Holmgren doesn't seem too worried about getting an award because just being able to play basketball again is enough for him. Last year, he practiced with the team and even acted as Brandon Ingram during practice. And this summer, he played pickup games whenever he could. When he got hurt, he'd argue with the medical staff to let him keep playing. He said, "I really want to show how I could be healthy and play as many games as I can." Now, more than ever, those goals might line up perfectly. After their talk in Utah, Daigneault and Holmgren started thinking about what might happen later in the season. What if the Thunder already knew their ranking? Would Holmgren be okay with sitting out some games? After scoring 18 points, grabbing 9 rebounds and blocking 4 shots in the Oklahoma City Thunder's comeback win against the Dallas Mavericks in Game 4 of the Western Conference semi-finals on Monday, Holmgren became only the 4th rookie in NBA history to have over 120 points, 60 rebounds and 20 blocks in their first 8 playoff games. The other rookies on that shortlist are David Robinson, Alonzo Mourning and Tim Duncan, who are all Hall of Famers with 8 NBA championships, 3 NBA MVP awards and 3 NBA Defensive Player of the Year trophies combined. Holmgren is in great company with those legends. Every time he plays this postseason, it's like he's making history. In Game 1 against Dallas last week, he became the first rookie to score 19 points, grab 7 rebounds and get 2 steals, block 3 shots and make 2 3-pointers all in one game. At the same time, he set the record for the most points by a rookie in a single postseason for the OKC team. And he'll keep adding to that record as the Thunders are just 2 wins away from reaching the Western Conference Finals. Holmgren helped OKC win Game 4, even though they were losing by as much as 14 points. He made 2 free throws to make 98-95 with 9.1 seconds left in the game. The Thunders fouled Dallas's PJ Washington on purpose to stop him from making a game-tying 3-pointer at the end of the game. Washington made 1 free throw, but then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander made 2 free throws on the next play. In the 4th quarter, Holmgren gave OKC the lead for the first time since the 1st quarter by making a 3-pointer from the corner. The score was 89-86, with 3:25 left in the game. Even though he played well, all Holmgren could think about after the game was the free throw he missed in the 2nd quarter. OKC did great overall from the free throw line, making 23 out of 24 shots. Holmgren didn't want to say his first 2 free throw shots at the end of Game 4 were the most important ones he'd ever made, but he ranked them 2nd. The top spot goes to the 3 free throws he made during a false overtime against the Golden State Warriors earlier in the season. Monday was a whole new situation for Holmgren and OKC. His skills helped them not fall behind 3-1 against Luka Doncic and the Mavs. Now, if they win 2 out of the next 3 games against Dallas, the Thunders could make it to the conference finals for the first time since 2016. What do you think about Chet as a player? Do you think he deserves a lot more in terms of effort? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below.